I have to get ready to go out for work. I have to leave by 2 to get to the student's house by 3. Let's do some makeup. My skin has always been one of my my insecurities. Let me zoom you guys in actually. See, I have large pores and I've always had large pores. So I have a very red undertone and a lot of discoloration across my face. Right now, I have hormonal acne here and there. I've always been insecure of my skin, but I think just being on social media made my insecurities a little worse. Just because like people who are on social media, like the influencers, always have perfect skin. And being in Korea doesn't help either. Koreans like literally have perfect skin. So when I create content for like TikTok and even like now YouTube, I'm just like kind of insecure because like obviously when I go back and edit my videos, I'm just like kind of like, oh my god. Okay, so guys, I actually got an invitation sent to me by a Korean beauty brand called Jungsemur. And if you guys never heard of Jungsemur, she is like one of the pioneers of Korean beauty. She's one of those OG YouTube video lessons of how to do makeup for Koreans. And their team reached out to me saying like, would you like a 3-hour long personal beauty lesson, and we're gonna be going over your personal colors and giving you like makeup tips of how to do your makeup. When I read their freaking email, I was like, oh my god, yes please. So guys, like this is also where manifestation comes into play. Like I wasn't a big believer of manifestations like and affirmations. I always thought that they were kind of like on the voodoo like not voodoo, but like I don't know what you would call it, but like I'm not spiritual, guys, but like I have heard of manifestations before, of course, because I use TikTok there. But this is where I'm like now starting to believe in the power of like manifestations. Since like 2 years ago, I've been always wanting to get my makeup professionally done by like a Korean makeup artist, a makeup artist who does like K-pop idols makeup or like Korean celebrities makeup, because I want to see the fullest extent this face can go, like in terms of like K-beauty transformation. The thing is like I don't know how to manipulate my face shape. I don't know how to manipulate the contours, my eye shape. I don't know how to do any of that. That's why I just stick to my normal makeup. But I want to see where this face can go, like how much it could be transformed into a K-pop idol or like just any Korean celebrity, you know what I mean? So I was like, dude, bro, I really want a Korean makeup artist to do my makeup. But the thing is like obviously that kind of service costs a ton of money, and I'm one of those people where I'm not going to be dropping $500-$600 just to get transformed for nothing. Like if I had like a red carpet event, then of course I would drop that kind of money and get that kind of service. But like what am I going to do afterwards? Nothing. Like I have no event to go to. So yeah, I'm smart with my money. I'm not going to be spending $600 for nothing. So no matter how much I want to get my makeup done professionally, I was like, there's no way I would ever do it. But that's where Jungsemur comes in, their team. They reached out to me and they were like, let's do it. And I'm like, manifestation? Yo, I manifested this. I freaking did manifest this. I manifested this. Do you know why, how I know that? Just 3 weeks ago, I told this to my sister. So even though I've been internally manifesting it in my head for 2 years, it was just only recently, around 3 weeks ago when I was in America, I told my sister like how I really have this dream of getting my makeup done professionally. And now it's coming along. I'm not too sure if the team at Jungsemur is watching this video because I think they found me through TikTok. I'm not too sure, but I just want to say thank you to the Jungsemur team for reaching out to me. I'm freaking excited. I scheduled to have my makeup lesson, I believe May 5th or May 3rd, I forgot. It's the first week of May. It will be 3 hours long, so if you guys have any questions that you guys want answered by professional makeup artists here in Korea, put them in the comments below and I'll try asking them when I go take my lesson. The team at Jungsemur did ask me if I had any requests, and to be honest, I told them like the creative person who's going to be doing my makeup when I go, like they have creative control. If they want to do a glam look, go ahead. If they want to do a more natural look, I said I'm all for it. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I am definitely going to be on top of my skincare routine because I need to make sure my skin is like the best it can be for this day. You know what I mean? I don't want to embarrass myself. Anyways, I'm now done getting ready and time to get ready for work now. Alright, if you're curious about my job, I've mentioned it before, but I'm an education consultant. Basically, I help high school students go to college, specifically Ivy Leagues or at least top 30. You guys should all very well know that Koreans are hyper competitive when it comes to academics and colleges, so it's very fitting that I work in this field in Korea. I don't always go to students' houses, I mostly do them online, but when I have a chance to visit them in person, I do because I get a lot more done and I get to connect with the student better when I meet them in person. So here's me going to one of my students' houses. I often get asked, how did I get into this field? I went straight from college. Yo, I've been in this field for 7 years now. Met up with my mom for dinner, and tonight was one of those nights we had a couple of drinks, and it kind of led into a deeper conversation where we become a little bit vulnerable with each other. I've said this in my previous video, but Asian families do not get vulnerable with each other. We do not have deep talks, especially talks that lead into tears. Typically that doesn't happen, but this was one of those dinners where for the first time ever, I actually had like a very vulnerable conversation with my mom, and we both cried. Yo, it was awkward. I mean, in the moment, it was definitely awkward, but I think afterwards, both of us were very appreciative at like how far our relationship has developed to the point where we are now able to have these kind of conversations. You know what I mean? I have several skincare videos on my TikTok, but I realized that I've never filmed one for YouTube. So here's my nighttime skincare routine. Alright, my hair was looking extra luscious today, so I was kind of mesmerized by it. If you guys are wondering, yes, this is all my hair. Now, one thing I do want to make clear is that the lighting in this bathroom, as well as the fact that I film from a front-facing camera on an iPhone 14, is not really going to capture my skin that very well. So let's draw you in closer so you guys can examine my skin a little bit closer. At this angle, it seems pretty fine, not too bad, but once you zoom in, you'll see all the pore crevices, the fine lines, a little bit of oil sheen, but it's all part of the natural face. If you don't have it, you're fake as, just kidding. But yeah, I just want to show you guys how my skin looks up close and personal, because like obviously when I film from far apart, you don't really see all the details. So a lot of people mistake me that I have like glass skin, like really perfect skin, but not really. Obviously the first thing I do is take off any jewelry as well as put all my hair back. The absolute first thing that I do in my skincare routine is I wash my hand with soap. I can't stress how important this is. I feel like this is an often overlooked part, but it's the most important part. You need to start off with clean hands before you go in with anything on your face, because whatever bacteria is on your hand will go onto your face. First up is makeup remover for the eyes, because I personally use waterproof mascara as well as waterproof gel liner in my waterline. I use a separate eye makeup remover because if I go in with oil cleanser in my eyes, it burns the fuck out of them. Sorry, language. There's honestly no special method, just make sure you get all the gunk off. Then I always go in with an oil cleanser. This is a Japanese brand, but any brand will do. Guys, this is the thing that I think revolutionized my skin. Prior to using oil cleanser, I used to use micellar water, but I made that change to oil cleansers around like 2.5 years ago. And dude, it has made the biggest difference in my skin. To be honest, my skin always looked congested. It was always irritated and it was always red with a lot of small bumps. But an oil cleanser has definitely changed all of that, minimized my redness. A lot of the small bumps went down. Now obviously this is for my skin type. I know for other skin types like oil cleansers are not compatible with their skin type, and that's totally fine, but this is just what works for me. Now the second step in my routine is a double cleanse. I go in with a foam cleanser. Now the only tip that I can give for you for this part is that please put like a big dollop in your hand and foam it up, froth up the foam cleanser into the palm of your hands. Like this is a step that I saw so many Korean girls do, so I started doing it and it does make a difference. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the scientific background is to it, but it really fucking does make a difference. So if there's anything that I would recommend in this part of the routine, please do it. Now the only other thing that I would recommend is take your fucking time. Sorry I'm cussing a lot, but that's how much I just want to emphasize this step. Please really lather it into your skin. Like all your expensive skincare doesn't do shit if your face is not cleaned off, man. With that being said, when it comes to washing off the cleanser, dude, when you think all the soap is off your face, like you're wrong. You keep going, okay? Like this is something else that I've noticed a lot of Korean girls doing, is that they would make a freaking mess in the bathroom sink washing off the cleanser. So I was like, why do they go so ham? So I tried doing it too, and it does make a difference. So I'll say it like this: if the area around your sink, if the ground doesn't have water droplets everywhere, you're doing it wrong. You keep going and you keep throwing water on that face, okay? Step 1. Toner pads. This is the freaking craze right now here in Korea. Every single major Korean beauty brand has their own version of this. Think of this as a pad that just has the toner that you would normally just put onto your face. Depending on the brand that you use, it might be a toner, it might be a toner essence water-based thing, but pick whatever suits your needs. There should be one that's like heart leaf. Other companies make it with Sika or vitamin C. Like there's one for pore tightening, brightening, or tea tree oil, blemishes, stuff like that. So find one that suits your needs. Personally, I'm using this one from Anua. It's their Heart Leaf Clear Pad. Now, one of my biggest concerns right now is that my skin is so flippin' dry because of the Korean weather. After doing a little bit of research on TikTok, of course, I found out that hyaluronic acid is one of the best things to use on dry skin. So I've been implementing this hyaluronic acid because this brand, Torridon, is pretty popular here in Korea. And one of their most popular items in their brand is this hyaluronic serum. Now, what I learned through TikTok is that you should be using hyaluronic acid on damp skin. So like when I go in with that toner pad, I don't have it absorb into my skin all the way. I still leave it a little bit damp, and then I put the hyaluronic acid on top of it. This is the next item I go in with is the Kudar Vita C serum. It's very popular on TikTok and for rightful reasons. It's fucking good. This is actually my third bottle because I bought it during like the Olive Young sale where they sold a pack of 3 for a very discounted price. I don't know if you guys realize, but I hold my skincare bottles really weirdly. I only hold my skincare bottles with my thumb and index finger because my other 3 fingers are reserved for putting on the skincare. I've said this on TikTok before and I'll repeat it again. Your skincare bottles are actually a lot dirtier than you think because there's a lot of dust that piles up on a day-to-day basis. So imagine you holding your skincare bottles that has dust and then you basically put those dusty hands all over your face. That's not what you want, right? If there are any takeaways of this video, please know that I am not recommending any of the products I personally use because these are products that works for my skin. One thing you really need to know with skincare is that it is really, really personalized based on your skin type. So what works for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. And that's because everyone's skin is so special and personalized to their own environment, their own hormones, etc., etc. If anything, please just take those little tips that I've taught you guys about, like foaming up your cleanser, how I personally hold my skincare bottles, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But hey, if you have dry and sensitive skin, then try out these products that I've used. It might help. Who knows?